Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Valentina. Good morning, Matteo. Good morning, Paola. And hello, Andrea. Good morning, Maria. It's very good to see everybody this morning. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Jennifer. I'm a teacher with English in the City Prato. And welcome to this morning's focus activity. We are doing a focus activity 2-3, Hard Rock Café. And this morning we are live. Good morning, Loredana. Thank you so much for joining us. This morning we are live, not just on YouTube, but also on our Facebook page. So thank you, everybody, for coming in. Good morning, Elena. Thank you for joining me this morning. It looks like everybody has had, I hope everyone has had a good weekend, a relaxing weekend. I did also. But I'm very happy to be back here with all of you to start our week. As I said this morning, we are doing a focus activity level 2-3, Hard Rock Café. So this morning we are visiting a Hard Rock Café. Has anyone here ever been to a Hard Rock Café, either on holiday? I know there are a few places, a few Hard Rock Cafés also here in Italy. I myself have never been to the one here, but I have visited a Hard Rock Café in other countries. So we're going to start this week's series of focus activities. This morning we are doing a focus activity level 2-3, Hard Rock Café. In this morning's focus, we're going to take a Hard Rock quiz. We're going to learn how to check a website for information. Oh, good morning, Lorenzo. Thank you for joining us today. And it seems that Lorenzo has worked in a Hard Rock Café for 7 years. Now, are you still working in a Hard Rock Café, or have you finished working in a Hard Rock Café? Oh, so we have someone here on the inside with us this morning. Thank you for joining us. So in addition to taking a Hard Rock quiz, we're going to learn how to check a website for information. And we're going to learn how to order food in a cafe. So we will also take a look at a Hard Rock Café menu. Wow, very nice. Okay, so, and then you quit. So Lorenzo has experience working in a Hard Rock Café. Thank you for sharing this information with us, but he no longer works there. And Alessio, good morning, Alessio. Thank you for joining us today. And we have another employee at Hard Rock Café. And so you work there now. Very interesting. I actually went to a Hard Rock Café in Barcelona. That's the only one I've ever visited. So this morning we're going to a Hard Rock Café. Good morning. Good morning, Juicy. Thank you for joining us this morning. I hope you had a good weekend. After we check the website for information, we're going to order in a Hard Rock Café. And then we will visit the souvenir shop and buy some souvenirs. Okay, so let me know if the connection is good this morning. I'm in the same position in my house so as not to interrupt the connection. I hope everyone can hear me and see me. And good morning, Fabio. Thank you for joining us this morning. Did you have a good weekend? I hope you did. I had a very relaxing weekend, but I am happy to start the week with this morning's focus activity 623 Hard Rock Café. Let's take our Hard Rock quiz. We have 2 people in our group this morning that have worked. The connection works. Fantastic, Elena. Thank you. We have 2 people with us this morning that have experience working in a Hard Rock Café. And for the rest of us, maybe we are just tourists. Has anyone here ever visited a Hard Rock Café? I've only visited one. I've only visited one in my lifetime, but I know that there are many, and it is an international franchise. So we know that we can visit Hard Rock Cafes not just here in Italy, but all over the world. So let's take a look at the first question on our Hard Rock quiz. How many Hard Rock Cafes are there in the world? How many Hard Rock Cafes are there? Good morning, Vera. Thank you for joining us this morning. My name is Jennifer, if this is your first time with us. And this morning we are doing a Focus 2-3 Hard Rock Cafe. And Lorenzo says, A, there are 191. Oh, thank you, Elena. Elena says that she has visited Hard Rock Cafe in Rome, Milan, and Barcelona. I visited the Hard Rock Cafe in Barcelona as well. And it was fun. I had a very good time, but I have to admit, it was a little pricey for a burger and a milkshake. Okay, so Lorenzo says the answer is A. And he's correct. There are 191 Hard Rock Cafes all over the world. There's not a Hard Rock Cafe in Milan? I don't know. I know there's one in Florence. That I'm sure because I've walked right past it. There are also Hard Rock Cafes in the U.S. Does anyone know how many there are in the U.S.? How many Hard Rock Cafes are there in the U.S.? I've actually never visited a Hard Rock Cafe in the U.S. It never actually occurred to me, but I do remember when the first Hard Rock Cafe opened. It was on the news. It was a very, very big deal. And Lorenzo says, just Venice, Florence, and Rome. There was also in Catania, but it closed early 2000, if I'm not wrong. Okay, it looks here like we have Sorry for the interruption. Okay, Lorenzo has just given us info on where there are Hard Rock Cafes in Italy. Thank you, Valentina. Valentina says, I've never been there, but I go into the Hard Rock Cafe in Florence. Okay. Well, we don't know if there's one in Milan or not, but we are all in agreement that there's definitely one in Florence. But how many are there in the U.S.? Does anyone know? There are 44 in the U.S. Thank you, Lorenzo. You are right again. And Alessio says, I went to the Hard Rock Cafe in Rome, Florence, Prague, and Barcelona. Bang! Wow, you've been in Hard Rock Cafes everywhere. Fantastic. What a globetrotter you are. And 149. Let's take a look at Vera. What is 149? Oh, the Hard Rock Cafes in the U.S. There aren't that many in the U.S., ironically. Thank you, Juicy. Juicy also said C for the second question of our quiz. There are only 44 Hard Rock cafes in the US. Where is the first Hard Rock Cafe? Vera. Thank you. Vera says there are 149, but in fact, there are only 44. That's actually less than the states in the US. Does anyone know where the first Hard Rock Cafe is? Is it based in London, New York, or Paris? I think the fact that it's called the Hard Rock Café, it should, yes, in the first one is actually in London. Thank you, Valentina, and thank you, Lorenzo. Has anyone ever visited the Hard Rock Café in 1969? Really? Are you sure? Really? In 1969? Because I thought I remembered when the first Hard Rock Cafe opened up. And I wasn't born in 1969. Okay, so we know that the first Hard Rock Cafe is in London. There are only 44 in the US, and there are 191 worldwide. Of all the people in our group this morning, between our Facebook page and our YouTube channel, do you like the Hard Rock Cafe? 71? No, I don't think. I know I remember when the first Hard Rock Cafe opened up. And I wasn't born in 71 either. 1971, we're going to have to check our facts. Are you sure? 1971? Then I guess I don't remember. I don't remember when the first one opened up because I wasn't there. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Do you like the Hard Rock Cafe? And if you don't, why not? If you don't like it, if you don't like the Hard Rock Cafe, why don't you like it? And if you do like the Hard Rock Cafe, why do you like it? I like the idea of the Hard Rock Cafe, but I'm not one of those people. So Alessio is sure that the Hard Rock Cafe started in London in 1971. I believe you. I absolutely believe you. So obviously my memory is a little bit crooked because I don't remember seeing the opening of the Hard Rock Cafe. You do like it. Okay, thank you, Maria, and thank you, Loridana. You like the Hard Rock Cafe. Why? Because the food is exceptional, because the atmosphere is amazing. Why do you like it? I said that I visited a Hard Rock Cafe in Barcelona and I was amazed by the prices. I was amazed. All I had was a hamburger and a milkshake, and it was a lot of money. And I said, do you really think this is correct? Okay, see you guys. I start duty in her. Okay, Alessio, have a great day at work. You're working now? Have a good day and be safe. Be safe, Alessio. Thank you for stopping in and joining us for a little bit this morning. So we know that there are 191 Hard Rock cafes worldwide. Where are they? And at this point, we want to give our opinion. We want to say, I think there is, or I don't think there is. You're welcome, Alessio. Be safe. So where are there Hard Rock cafes? We have a list. I like the atmosphere in Hard Rock Cafe. Thank you very much, Elena. It does have a very party atmosphere. It doesn't matter if it's a weekend or a weekday, if it's breakfast, lunch, happy hour, or dinner. There's always that party atmosphere that everybody is having a good time. So Elena likes the atmosphere in Hard Rock Café, but where are there Hard Rock Cafes? I would like you to give your opinion. How do you give your opinion? I think there is, or I don't think there is. On the left side of your screen, we have a list of countries. We're not going to go through all of the countries because that would be a little redundant. Give me at least one example of a positive or a negative. For example, I think there is a Hard Rock Cafe in India, but I don't think there is a Hard Rock Cafe in China. What do you think? Give me one positive and one negative. As you come up with your opinions, just type them down and put them in the conversation box so we can take a look at the grammar all together. Where do you think there are Hard Rock Cafes? As I said, I think there is a Hard Rock Cafe in India, but I don't think there is a Hard Rock Cafe in China. What do you think? And then we're going to check out the website of a Hard Rock Cafe. The last thing I did, one last thing. Oh, you're still here, Alessio. I did the English course with you a few years ago, and I recommend it to everyone. Hello, hello. Mwah! Thank you, Alessio. And your English is fantastic, might I add. You did it with me or with at the school? You came to the school, you did the English class. Oh, so maybe we know each other. Okay, listen, have a great day. Thank you for stopping in. So, what do you think? Where are there Hard Rock Cafes? Does anyone want to give me a positive and a negative? I said, I think there is one in India, but I don't think there is one in China. So we want a positive and a negative, giving your opinion. Remember that when we give our opinions, we say, I think or I don't think. Thank you, Elena. I used to go there with my colleagues in my previous working experience. Hard Rock Cafe reminds me of a nice period of my life. That's so nice, Elena. I know. The last time I went to the Hard Rock Cafe, I was probably I was in my mid-20s, so it was a while ago. All right, let's take a look through our countries and see where they are and where they aren't. Lorenzo says the same. I was in Prato in 2016 before moving to Iceland, and you remember me. You do. Oh my. Because now you're in Iceland. Wait a minute. And now you're living in Iceland. Tell me something, Lorenzo. Is there a Hard Rock Cafe in Iceland? Spain and Barcelona. Okay, so thank you, Maria. There is a Hard Rock Cafe in Barcelona. How do I know? I was there. Yes, I was. That was the only Hard Rock Cafe I have ever visited. As I go through these countries, Lorenzo, I think I remember you too. And India, we did. And you were studying English because you were going to Iceland. Wow. Isn't the world amazing? It's so small. It's so small. And now you're in my living room, Lorenzo. Yes, and Maria says there is a Hard Rock Cafe in India in Mumbai. Now, as I click through the countries, it opened in 2016 when I moved to Iceland. Wow. Well, the language they speak in Iceland is it is you. I knew it. I knew I remembered you. As I click through the countries, you're going to see some countries in green and some in red. The red, obviously, are where there aren't any Hard Rock cafes. And we see that there isn't a Hard Rock Cafe in Wales. There isn't a Hard Rock Cafe in Uruguay. There isn't a Hard Rock Cafe in Morocco. Oh, why not? Or Croatia. But I am mistaken once again. There is a Hard Rock Cafe in China. So the language in Iceland is incredible. Well, they speak English though. That's a good thing. And there is a Hard Rock Cafe in Cambodia. I think in Iceland, the words are just too long. I mean, why do you need a word that long to express an idea? All right. Now, this is when we have to go to the web page for the Hard Rock Cafe, because often when we travel, or even if we want information from a website, we have to know how to look at the web page, how to find the information that we need. So we're going to take a look at the web page for the Hard Rock Cafe, if I can manage to share it with everybody. And we want to consider the first question. Oh, thank goodness. So everyone speaks English in Iceland. So as we look at the webpage for the Hard Rock Cafe, we're going to look at the webpage for the Hard Rock Cafe in Florence, because we all know that there's one there. Does anyone know where it is in Florence? And we want to find out other information from the webpage. We want to find out the telephone number. And one more thing before I put the webpage up. What other information can we get from the page? So we want to consider these two questions. Where is the Hard Rock Cafe? What is the telephone number? And what other information can we get from the page? Okay, do you remember the questions now? What do we want to know? Where is it? What's the telephone number? And what other information can we get from the page? So I now am going to find the web page, and then I'm going to share it with you. Let me pull it up here. And here we are. Can everyone see the web page? If you can see the web page, say yes. If you can see the web page, say yes. Okay, now let's take a look at our web page. The first question we want to answer is, where is it? Take a look at our web page. Can anyone tell me where it is? Does anyone know where the Hard Rock Cafe is in Florence? Since some of us have been there, does anyone know the address? And we also want to know, what is the phone number? So I'm asking you two questions. Where is it? And what's the phone number? As you come up with your answers for these questions, just type them in the conversation box over on the right, so we can check out our grammar together. So Lorenzo, you're doing this class from Iceland. Wow. This is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. See that? We don't have to be in Prato to study with English in the city. You can be anywhere in the world. Okay, so we want to consider two questions. Where is this Hard Rock Cafe? So I have friends visiting, and they say, you know what, Jennifer, we really, really want to go to the Hard Rock Café in Florence. Okay, where is it? And then I say, okay, well, I want to call because I want to find out the hours. What is the phone number? Does everyone see the web page? I can see the web page. Where is the Hard Rock Cafe and what is the phone number? And there's also one other thing we can do from the web page for the Hard Rock Cafe. What can we do? It is in the city center. Does anybody know where? The address should be here. Let me see if I can make it bigger for you. Do you see the address? Where is the address? Because if we go to the web page, that's right. Elena, can you see the web page? Did I share it with everyone? Does everyone see the web? Okay, it is in the city center. Thank you very much, Juicy. Excellent. So we see that the address is Via dei Brunelleschi 1 in Florence. Okay, and thank you very much, Juicy. She has also given us the phone number for the Hard Rock Cafe. Excellent. We have the address. We have the phone number. What's one thing, looking at the page here, what can I do from this page? If I don't want to call them up, what can I do from this page to make it easier to go to the Hard Rock Cafe? Here. Because now, instead of calling up, I say, okay, I have friends visiting. They want to go to the Hard Rock Cafe. I know where it is. I have the phone number. But instead of calling, what can I do from the web page? I have 4 friends. I can book online. Fantastic, Elena. So now I can also book a table. I can make a reservation. And this is the information that we get from our webpage for the Hard Rock Cafe in Florence. And here you can see the image of the Hard Rock Cafe. I've walked past it 100 times, but can you believe that I have never, ever gone inside? Thank you, Maria. Yes, we see that the Hard Rock Cafe in the city center of Florence is Via Brunelleschi, number 1. And we also realize that the phone number here is available, as well as the possibility to book online. We can book a table from the web page. Isn't that fantastic? So now I'm going to pull our focus back up so we can keep going with our focus activity. And I know Elena said that she has also visited the Hard Rock Cafe in Florence. And all right, now we're going to talk a little bit about food. And because obviously we go to the Hard Rock Cafe, not just for the atmosphere, but also to eat something. So let's take a look at these images. We have 8 images on our screen. Thank you, Elena. That is also true. If we go to the internet to check out the Hard Rock Cafe, we can find the phone number. We can get the address. We can book a table. And we can also read reviews. So if someone goes and says, oh my gosh, I went to the Hard Rock Cafe and the service was slow. The food was terrible. The music was too loud. Then I can also get this information on the internet and decide, you know what? Maybe it would be better just to go eat a pizza instead of going to the Hard Rock Café. Or if I find a review that says, oh my goodness, it was the best experience of my life. The food was incredible. The service was fast. The atmosphere was entertaining. Then I can say, okay, maybe I'll continue and I will book a table. So let's take a look at these images on our screen. And we want to go through them. We want to match the word to the picture. We have a list of words here, and we have the images on the right. You can give me the letter and give me the words. For example, A, orange juice. And that's how I know what A is. Here. Thank you very much, Maria. A for orange juice. What about B? What is B? I don't know how many people go to the Hard Rock Café for orange juice, though. B is chocolate cake. Hi, Fabio. Thank you, Fabio. B is chocolate cake. And C. What is C? Thank you, Juicy. B is chocolate cake. This is actually very good practice. Thank you, Maria, for your chocolate cake also. This is good practice with spelling and also the grammar makeup of our phrases. Thank you, Juicy. Juicy says that C is sandwich. Thank you very much, Maria and Elena. So A is orange juice, B is chocolate cake, C is sandwich, and D are chips or fries. Excellent, Fabio. We know that in the UK, they say chips. In the United States, we say fries or French fries. But we know it all means the same thing. They are fried potatoes. E is iced tea. Thank you, Fabio. And thank you, Maria. And F is salad. If you're deciding to eat healthily, even at the Hard Rock Café, you can order a fresh salad. And G, oh, thank you, Juicy. D is chips. H is a hamburger. And G is coffee. Oh, Fabio, you're just too fast. And that's usually what I get when I go to, well, that's what I got when I went to the Hard Rock Café in Barcelona. Thank you, Maria. I ordered a hamburger and a milkshake. The milkshake isn't something that you can get everywhere here in Italy, but in the United States, it's a very important beverage or famous beverage, especially when you eat a hamburger. And you think, oh, well, a thick milkshake to eat with beef. I don't know what it is, though, but I love it. I haven't had a milkshake in years. All right, so here we have the list of our words and the pictures. So now we know the food we can eat when we go to a cafe or when we go to the Hard Rock Café. Let's take a look at the next slide, which shows us how to order. Now, I remember that last week, or was it the week before, where we went to a cafe and we said that you can go to a cafe not just for coffee or tea, but also for lunch or a snack, something light to eat. And it's important to know the language you use when you go to a restaurant, when you go to a cafe, or when you go to the Hard Rock Café. You don't sit down and say, oh, give me a hamburger, or I want a milkshake. It's important to ask politely. So let's take a look at this dialogue when you order food. The waiter, what would you like? David, I'd like a sandwich, please. Waiter, and you? Anne, I'd like a slice of cake and a coffee, please. The waiter, okay, a sandwich, a slice of cake, and a coffee. David and Anne together, thank you. Notice the language that they use when they order at the Hard Rock Café or at a restaurant. I'd like a sandwich. I'd like a slice of cake. What does the waiter ask? What would you like? Milkshake. It's the same with an, I don't know. Juicy, I don't know what a milkshake is in Italian. A milkshake is made with ice cream, milk, and usually a flavored syrup. Like you can have a strawberry milkshake where they take strawberry ice cream, milk, and strawberry syrup, and then they blend it all together so it's really, really thick. Or you can have a chocolate milkshake, the same thing, but it's ice cream, milk, and then a syrup, a flavored syrup of that kind. And it's really cold and it's very thick. It's very milky, but I've always loved milkshakes. Oh, okay. So we said that the waiter says, "What would you like?" That's a formal way of asking, "What do you want?" And then the customer says, "I'd like," or "I'll have." But in this case, I'd like a sandwich. I'd like a slice of cake. Okay, now I'm going to show you the menu from the Hard Rock Café. I know that Lorenzo has worked in the Hard Rock Café, so he probably knows the menu much better than I do. But I'm going to show you an example of a menu. And I would like you to order one thing to drink and one thing to eat. A salad, please. I like salad. Okay, Maria, thank you very much. What did we say, though? We said that when the waiter comes to your table, he's going to ask you, what would you like? Or the waitress, she is going to ask you, what would you like? When you hear the question, what would you like? You answer, I'd like a burger. I'd like a salad. Let's take a look at our menu, keeping in mind the language for ordering in a cafe. I'm going to pull up the menu now so we can take a look at the Hard Rock Café menu together and see exactly what can I order. What can I order in the Hard Rock Café? Okay, can everybody see the menu? Can everybody see the menu? All right, taking a look at the menu. I am your waitress today. My name is Jennifer. Welcome to the English in the City Hard Rock Cafe. What would you like? Please order something to eat and please order something to drink. Remember that if the waiter or waitress asks you, what would you like? How do you answer? I want. Give me. No. You say, I'd like. Here on our menu, we have a list of foods. Maria, what's that? A slice of cake is an orange. A slice of cake is an orange. Maria, would you like to order something? I'm going to ask you, Maria, what would you like? What would you like to eat? And what would you like to drink? Now, we have a lot of people in our group this morning, so why don't you tell me what you would like to eat and what you would like to drink? We want to use the proper language when we order in a restaurant. For example, if I am ordering something to eat, taking a look at my menu, we have a hamburger or a cheeseburger. We have chicken sandwich or a grilled vegetable sandwich for those of us who are vegetarian. We have a Greek salad and a tomato salad. We have an ice cream, milkshake, chocolate cake, and cheesecake. So we have some desserts and a milkshake. You can order anything you'd like to drink. Obviously, at the Hard Rock Café, they do have soda like Coca-Cola or Pepsi, 7-Up or Sprite. You can also get iced tea if we remember the food from our last slide, food that you can order. So my name is Jennifer. I'm your waitress for today. What would you like to eat? And what would you like to drink? If I were a customer today, thank you, Juicy. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Notice how polite Juicy is in her order. I'd like a cheeseburger, Greek salad, and ice cream. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful language. So when Juicy hears the question, what would you like? She responded, I'd like. I'd like is the contraction for I would. I would, I'd like a cheeseburger. Very, very good, Juicy. And to drink, I'd like a Fanta. Of course. Okay. That's one cheeseburger, a Greek salad, ice cream, and a Fanta coming right up. Would anyone else like something to eat or to drink? As I said, my name is Jennifer, and I'm going to be your waitress today at English in the City Hard Rock Café. So please order something to drink and something to eat. I know that when I went to the Hard Rock Café in Barcelona, I ordered a cheeseburger because I love cheeseburgers and a strawberry milkshake. So my favorite type of cheeseburger is actually a cheddar cheeseburger. Cheddar cheese is an American cheese. But you can also have other types of cheese on cheeseburgers. You don't just have to have cheddar. You can also have Swiss. Do we have any vegetarians that would like to order a grilled vegetable sandwich before we leave the cafe? Obviously, only Juicy is eating today. Would anyone else like to order? Okay, then we're going to move on. We're going to go on to what the next slide in our focus activity. Thank you so much, Juicy. I asked everybody to order, and you're the only one who did. Thank you so much. And so we want to remember the proper language for ordering in a cafe or in a restaurant, because the waiter or waitress is going to ask you, what would you like? And at that point, you want to answer. Thank you, Maria. Thank you. And let's take a look at Maria's order for today. I'd like chicken sandwich and grilled vegetable. Oh, you want 2 sandwiches, Maria. Okay. Thank you very much, Maria. So when you hear the question in a restaurant, hey, Donatella, how are you? Good morning. Thank you so much for coming in today. We're at the Hard Rock Café in Florence, and I am taking orders. My name is Jennifer, and I am your waitress for today. Okay, Maria, excellent, excellent order, because you know that when the waiter or the waitress asks you, what would you like? You answer with, I'd like a chicken sandwich or a grilled vegetable sandwich. Thank you very much, Maria. Excellent job. All right, let's keep going in our focus activity. Please tell Aurora I said hello. Mwah, mwah. Thank you so much. I hope everybody is fine. I hope everybody is fine. It's not very easy staying at home all the time, but the important thing is that we are all healthy. And this morning we are at the Hard Rock Café. Now that we have visited the Hard Rock Café and we have eaten at the Hard Rock Café, we want to buy some souvenirs. What are souvenirs? Usually when we're on a holiday or we're visiting a city, we can buy objects to remember our experience. And a lot of people, when they visit the Hard Rock Café, if they're in Barcelona or they're in London or they're in Rome or they're in Mumbai, India, they like to buy a souvenir from the Hard Rock Café souvenir shop to remember their experience at the Hard Rock Café. Let's take a look at some of these items that you can find in the shop at the Hard Rock Café. We have 5 images on your screen on the right, and notice at the left there's a list of words. We want to match the word to the image, just as we did before with the food. So give me the letter, and then give me the word that matches the picture. For example, A, what's A? Oh, thank you, Maria. Maria says A is t-shirt. Thank you, Juicy. Thank you, Fabio. Has anyone here ever bought a souvenir from the shop at the Hard Rock Café? B is cup. Thank you, everybody. Juicy, Fabio. Fabio, you're so good at these vocabulary, the matching the word with the picture. C is hat. For those of you who want to buy a cap or a hat with Hard Rock Café on it. D. Let's take a look. What is D? Can we see it well? It's either a pin or a scarf, Fabio. Take a look. Take a look. You sure? D is a scarf, a Hard Rock Café scarf. And E, by the process of elimination, is pin. Has anyone here ever bought a souvenir from the Hard Rock Café? I think if I were to buy a souvenir, I would want to buy a souvenir from, thank you, Valentina. C is hat. E is pin. Hello, Matteo. Thank you for joining us again. I was worried. I haven't heard from you all morning. So A is t-shirt, B is cup, C is hat, D is scarf. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Valentina. And E is pin. Does anyone here have any souvenirs from the Hard Rock Café? I don't. But I think if I were to buy a souvenir, I would want a souvenir from the original Hard Rock Café in London. As we found out at the beginning of our focus, that it started, or it opened in 1971. I'm going to have to check that because I could have sworn it was in the 80s. I could have sworn it was in the 80s. Okay, now the same language we use when we order food at the cafe, we have similar language when we're in the souvenir shop. But the waiter or waitress doesn't ask, what would you like? Usually they ask you, can I help you? So the shop assistant says, can I help you? Customer, yes, I'd like to buy a cup, please. The shop assistant, okay, here's your cup. The customer, how much does it cost? Shop assistant, it costs 12 euro. Wow. That's some cup. A cup for 12 euro. I think I'd get a t-shirt. So notice the language, though, of the customer. Does the customer say, oh, give me a cup, or I want a cup? How about a cup? No, the customer says, I'd like. Again, we have that polite request. I'd like a cup. I'd like a t-shirt. I'd like a scarf. And then we ask the price. Okay, so now we're at the souvenir shop. Let's go back to our previous slide. And I am your shop assistant. Isn't that amazing? First, I was a teacher. Then I was a waitress. And now I am the shop assistant in the souvenir shop. Okay. Hi, welcome to English in the City Hard Rock Café souvenir shop. Thank you, Maria. Can I help you? Maria says, yes, I'd like to buy a t-shirt. Beautiful, Maria. What size would you like? What size would you like? Did you come shopping with me too, Maria? Because when we go shopping for clothes, we can order by size. Small, medium, or large. What size would you like? For everyone else, we're shopping now at the souvenir shop at the Hard Rock Café. My name is Jennifer, and I am your shop assistant. Can I help you? So you can ask for an item and then ask me how much it costs. Okay, Maria, here is your t-shirt. How much do you think a t-shirt costs at the Hard Rock Café? Probably 100 euro. If the cup is 12, how much would a t-shirt cost? Would anyone else like to buy a souvenir at the souvenir shop before we close? Now, throughout our focus this morning, we realized we took a Hard Rock Café quiz. So we realized that there are Hard Rock Cafés all over the world. There are several also here in Italy. And we also visited the actual website for the Hard Rock Café. It cost $25. Hi, Juicy. Hi, can I help you? Juicy says, I'd like a hat. And how much is it? The hat is 20. The hat is 20 euro. And as Maria says, the t-shirt costs $25. Would anyone else like to ask for an item in the souvenir shop? Throughout our focus this morning, we visited the web page for the Hard Rock Café in Florence, and we found the address for the Hard Rock Café. We found the telephone number, and we saw that we could book a table. We could book a table through the internet without having to actually call the Hard Rock Café. Then we learned how to order different foods from the menu. We saw the menu for the Hard Rock Café, and now we are shopping at the souvenir shop for the Hard Rock Café. So we did a lot this morning. It's very expensive. Oh my goodness. In fact, I said before that when I went to the Hard Rock Café in Barcelona, I was shocked. All I did, I got a cheeseburger and a milkshake, and it was so expensive. It was so expensive. And that was before we had the lira. So we had, I forget the Spanish money. I forget the name of the Spanish money. But I was in Barcelona, and I got a hamburger and a milkshake, and it was very, very expensive. All right. So now we're at the end of our focus. We want to do a little bit of a review. So if you'd like, here you have images coming up on the screen. What was the vocabulary we went through today? The opening time, the closing time, we realized that we could get the address for the Hard Rock Café and the telephone number. But now you're going to order. Okay, my name is Jennifer, and I'm your waitress at the Hard Rock Café. What would you like? On your screen, you have a picture. You're going to order what you see. What do you see? Is everyone still here? Is everyone here with me at the Hard Rock Café? You realize how incredible it is that now we can do everything. We can do everything through the internet. In fact, if you'd like to have a birthday party, you can have a birthday party at the Hard Rock Café. You can also go for happy hour. And they actually have American breakfast. They also have American breakfast at the Hard Rock Café. So if you're in Florence and have the need for an American breakfast, you can do that. But I think probably a lot of tourists would visit the Hard Rock Café. This is orange juice. So I'd like an orange juice. My name is Jennifer. I am your waitress today at English in the City, Hard Rock Café. What would you like? Thank you, Juicy. Juicy says, I'd like an orange juice. Excellent, excellent order. Here we have another image. We have another picture on our screen. What would you like? Just type in your order, put it in, leave it in the conversation box so we can have a look. Remember that when the waiter or waitress asks you, what would you like? You answer with, I'd like. That's a polite way of making a request. You don't say, I want, give me, how about? I'd like. Here we're also reviewing the vocabulary that we went over in this morning's focus. This is, you see a lemon and some ice. What would you like? I'd like an iced tea. Does anyone else remember some of the vocabulary that we went over in today's focus? For those of us who are eating on the healthy side, thank you, Maria. Very good, Juicy. Instead of T-E-E, T-E-A, I'll show you. Iced tea. Okay, I'd like an iced tea. Excellent, Maria, because we know that when do we use an and when do we use a? We say an when the word that follows starts with a vowel, A, E, I, O, U. For example, I'd like a Coke, but I'd like an iced tea. I'd like a Fanta, but I'd like an orange juice. Let's do one more before we wrap up our focus for today, because it's already 12 o'clock. So I don't know if anyone else is feeling a little bit hungry. My name is Jennifer. I'm your waitress for today at English in the City, Hard Rock Café. What would you like? What would you like? So this is just a brief review of some of the vocabulary that we went over in today's focus. Because in this morning's focus, what did we do? We visited a Hard Rock Café. We took a Hard Rock Café quiz, realizing that Hard Rock Café is an international franchise. It's not just here. Thank you very much, Maria. I'd like a salad. I'd like a salad. We took a Hard Rock Café quiz. We found the countries all over the world where there are Hard Rock Cafés and where there aren't Hard Rock Cafés. Then we reviewed food vocabulary, and we practiced ordering in a Hard Rock Café. And then finally, we went shopping. We went shopping at a souvenir shop, at the Hard Rock Café souvenir shop. And we practiced using the phrases to ask, to make a polite request. So what's most important in today's focus is that we realize when someone asks us, what would you like? Or can I help you? We answer with, I'd like, because that's a very polite way of making a request. Listen, everyone, I want to thank everyone for joining me this morning. Are there any questions? Andrea, you were so quiet today. Have a wonderful afternoon. Remember that I'm also going to be live this evening at 7 for a Focus 1013. We're going on an adventure. So thank you, everyone, for joining me this morning at the Hard Rock Café. If there are no questions, please have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. Be safe and be healthy. And I will see you all again next time. Okay, thank you so much. Have a great day.